Yeah, so I'm Jake. My arse is always out on Instagram. Yep. Yeah, all the way.
Oh, just going to alter the resistance profile a little bit more.
Yep. Little bit. There we go. Oh, man.
Will you marry me? Yes, I'll marry you. You don't need to go in hands to make shitloads of progress.
You could compete tomorrow if you wanted to.
We have an in-person check-in with this handsome devil, and his lovely other half, Abby, is joining us. So yeah, we're training pull at the hashtag Mecca. It's going to be a really good video. It's going to be a really good session. Sit back, relax, enjoy, like and subscribe. Let's go. So, this man right here is Mr. Jake Morgan. Anyone that follows me on Instagram will most definitely have seen this guy with his top off and maybe even his arse out on multiple stories. But I'm gonna let Jake introduce himself and tell you a little bit about him. Take it away.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, just a bit of an understatement there. My arse is always out on Instagram. Yeah, so I'm Jake. I've been with Josh now coming up to 2 years in October, which is pretty mental. I'm a natural competitor, men's physique, small boy, and I competed for the first time in 2022. Did pretty well on my first show, top 5 in second, qualified for finals. Decided not to do the finals because I get in my own head, didn't think I was going to be good enough, and then sought the services of this man here, and we are heading towards the second season for me. So we've got 3 shows planned, taking into account maybe, you know, a finals, PCA finals, or a WNBF finals potentially, or worlds if we do well.
Well, we will see.
We will see. So yeah, it's been pretty smooth sailing with you, has it, so far?
Yeah,
We've made a lot of good progress, and I'm excited for the future. Really am.
Yeah. Jake is competing at PCA Midlands, WNBF UK Supernaturals, and UK DFBA British.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So 3 pretty big shows, and well, you're going to see it later on in the video. Jake's quite a well-muscled chap, so we are hoping to have a very, very positive outcome come the end of the season. But equally, Jake is very, very realistic. Like all of my boys, everyone in my team is just super realistic. He knows that this is just part of the journey. It's not like the end. It's not going to be like the big crescendo.
Yeah.
It's just part of the journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all obviously going to get documented for YouTube, because it is all very, very, very interesting. Another set. So if you take into consideration that I am, you know, I'm still pretty heavy, and Jake's 4 weeks out, I think it's going to be a pretty tight battle. If not, I think Jake might actually be a little bit stronger than me.
If we were doing RDLs, you know.
Jake's RDLs are fucking daft. You know when you were like, oh, my adductor, I was like,
Oh yeah, maybe we'll take them out. Yeah.
yeah, well, on Friday, we don't need to do that.
Today, yeah.
No. Yeah, Jake can, what is it, 240 for?
It was peak off season, 250 for 7 RDL, which I was pretty happy with.
Yeah.
So I think I want to pull off the floor 300.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's well doable. Yeah. Exciting. 10. Come up.
Yeah.
Get it. Yep.
Yep, go. Mine. Oh. Fuck. Oh dear.
I'd actually argue that side looked harder than the other.
It's weird.
It is weird.
I do my weaker side first.
Always.
But then I think because, you know, you're a little bit more tired, it almost like balances it out. Obviously where Jake's at on prep, it's not about trying to match me on strength. It's not about trying to get PBs or whatever. It's about getting the most out of every single movement and every single rep. Like, I think it is obviously important to retain strength, but sacrificing form and losing out on stimulus to force strength is it's a pretty, I don't know, pretty shitty way of going about things at the back end of prep.
Yeah.
Back offset. Just going to alter the resistance profile a little bit more. So it's more on in the mid-range.
Or if we're fired up now.
How are you like with music? Like, do you rely on music a lot whilst you're training?
Off season, yeah.
Yeah.
I just like I like heavy stuff, heavy metal, things like that. But
Yeah.
if anything, I find this distracting now.
Yeah.
I used to like drum and bass, but I've gone off it more now, and I think it can put me off. Like, so being here with you, I know that I watched your video the other day. I know that you're very much to concentrate. You like to shut yourself out.
Yeah.
But I'm the opposite in prep. I find that my concentration is all over the place. So if I'm with people, this is all I'm focused on now.
Yeah. So you're not bothered about music, or you're not bothered about like the sound, or is that still a distraction?
It's fine.
Ah.
You're good.
Yep, come on then. Skinny. Talking about the ring and sentimental value behind it.
Yeah.
Granddad gave it me on my 18th birthday, and yeah, my granddad's like my hero.
Because I noticed you wore it on stage for all of your shows,
Yeah.
so I was like, right,
Oh,
that's
mate,
what I have
every
to mean
single show. Excuse me, mate, can you take that off?
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Pops back on.
Straight back on. Yeah. My granddad died when I was 22.
Yeah.
So he never saw me compete, but he's like, you know, he always like believed in me. And I think that's what kind of gave me the confidence in the first place to like even think about competing. So yeah, the ring stays on.
It's good.
Forever. Did you hear on the podcast when I lost it?
No.
Went on holiday to Mauritius at Christmas.
Yeah.
And there were like the sea's obviously beautiful there. And we went on one of them like almost like a banana boat, but it were a lilo that's getting pulled by a boat. And obviously, you know, relatively big bodybuilder. They thought, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking rag him around.
Yeah.
So ragged me and Annabella's little brother around, went flying off. Like one time I was like, right, fuck.
Yeah.
They're being
Serious.
dickheads.
Yeah.
Second time, threw us off, and I like grabbed Annabella's brother, because he's like, you know, he was 10 at the time, and my ring just went. So I went off at these blokes, called them all the names under the sun.
Yeah.
Called them like, Sammy, can blurt it out. I called him a stupid cunt. Yeah.
Don't blurt that out. I love that word. Yeah.
But this guy felt bad.
Yeah.
So I went in.
Full search party to try and get.
Oh mate.
Yeah.
Went in. Annabella was like, "Oh, is everything all right?" I was like, "My ring's come off." That were it. Floods of tears from me, from all of the family. Went out for food. We sat like literally talking about it all, crying all the time. And meanwhile, this bloke's literally snorkel on, swimming around the fucking sea. And
Managed to find it.
yeah, about 4 hours later, I went down to go and say, "Oh, don't worry, mate. I've seen that you've been looking all afternoon." And he literally got down on one knee and went,
Oh man.
"Will you marry me?" I was like, "Yes, I'll marry you." Yeah, unbelievable. So tips galore. Everyone got beers. It was a great day, but very, very emotional.
Very emotional.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Easy. Light work.
I'm thinking 6.5. We might need to put a calibrated plate on. Yeah. Two. Yep. Oh, fine.
Light work. Come on.
With me.
Yep. Little bit. There we go.
Come on. 8 reps, I think. Cheers, bro. That's best that that's felt as well. A tip for any coaches out there. If you're training with a client, make sure you use all your favourite machines so that you look super strong and they go away and tell their friends how strong your coach is. Oh my God, Josh did this on this. It's like, yeah, so I've done it like twice a week for the past 2 years. But we don't tell Jake that. Jake can find out when he's watching the video. Jake, what you got next, mate? 5? 2, come on. 3, make it move. 4. 5, let's go. Come on, more aggression, go. There you go. One more. I'm with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Whew. I get in my own head a bit at the minute.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so hypercritical when I have myself. If I go in and I don't like perform, I feel like I'm not performing up to my standard, I'm too emotional with it at the minute. And I don't like that.
You've got to have 2 standards. You've got to have like an off-season standard and then a prep.
But like, I compare too much.
Yeah, you can't compare between the two because they're so different. Like fucking hell, you're what, 20 kilos lighter?
Yeah, what, 18, 19? Yeah.
Yeah, near enough. You're not, it's not going to move the same. It's not going to look the same. 2 different standards.
I know. It's just constant reminders. Just that's what I need, yeah.
I think this session has come at the right time in your prep.
100%. 100%.
Right, we're gonna have a mid-session look at Jake, see what his pump's like. This is probably gonna be the closest, well, the best pump that he's gonna get this session. So it'll be like, you know, important to see how he looks now. When like planning how hard we're gonna dig over the next few weeks to bring him in for that first show. I'm excited to see this, to be honest. Whenever like you're looking at someone's photos that they upload on a check-in, they don't look as good as in person, and Jake's check-in photos are pretty sick. This is where I'm going to be proved wrong, and he's going to look very average. God damn. Right, so we're just talking about like the different variations in poses, and at the minute Jake's posing a lot with a twist in his hip when he doesn't need to. So the criteria for men's physique is muscularity, symmetry and presentation. Jake's got the muscle, tick. He's very, very, very symmetrical in the sense of his arms are the same size, his chest is very even, left to right, delts, back, you name it, it's all, the symmetry's there. We don't need to pose with a twist because the symmetry is so strong across the physique. So again, the value of an in-person, we're able to just make these little tweaks now, and then we've got 4 weeks to act upon it going into the first show. Wait until the end, do some more posing, get a little bit of a bicep pump at the end. You're very lean.
More so than what you realised?
Yeah.
Or, really?
That means Jake can have some chips at Nando's.
What was that?
What?
Oh my God! That's not what we strive for, and that's not what I'm in it for. If anything, I genuinely...
Jake, you can have the entire weekend off if you wanted, mate.
I've been...
You're like... You could compete tomorrow if you wanted.
Don't, I could cry. Very hyper-emotional at the minute.
Good. That's what prep's about. If we don't cry, we're not trying, are we? I cried in Houston, like multiple times.
No, I don't know, I get the impression that you might be similar to me, but I'm very sensitive as well. Like...
Oh, I don't cry. I don't cry. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm like waterworks at any expense now.
Yeah, I'm not a crier.
I haven't got cravings. Like when someone talks to me about food, it's more other people talking to me.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me about this. People don't tend to acknowledge the phase that you're in, and they'll talk normally and be like, "Oh, do you want a smell of this? Do you want this? Do you want that?" It's like, I'm fine because I know why I'm doing this. I'm fine. I know why I'm doing this. My goal's big enough. My why's big enough. I'm in this, hopefully for life. Like I don't need people coming up to me being like, "Are you sure you want to try? Don't want to try this? Are you really finding it difficult?" It's like, no, because in the grand scheme of things, this isn't difficult.
Yeah.
It's not, and we're privileged to be able to do this.
Yeah.
We are. So, yeah.
I think the things that make you feel worse on prep, it's always other people.
External factors.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm intrigued to see how we're going to push up after this. Because I think I'm very responsive.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to need to be pushing. Well, you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. I've spoke like a lot on YouTube about how I've almost changed my opinion on like how far you should push your body composition. And I'm going to say like you were the first client that I almost tested that out on. There's like a little experiment of we're not going to get stupidly soft.
Didn't need to.
We're going to stay in like a really responsive zone. And just push and push. Yeah. You know, what do we do? One big push up, little pull back, another push up to the same ceiling, and then you start a prep. It's been perfect.
It has been.
The amount of, honestly, Sam, get a photo up now of Jake 2 years ago. I'm going to send it you.
What, in prep?
No, 2 years ago when we first started working together. The amount of progress that's been made is insane. And the fact that it's natural, I just fucking love it. Like, you don't need to go in hands to make shitloads of progress in a relatively short period of time. You just have to be so consistent and fucking relentless.
Yeah. The pain. Eh? I've changed my approach on that as well. Like, I'm all in naturally now.
I do remember our first call where you was like, if that's the next step, then I'll take the next step. But
the longer you're in natural bodybuilding, the longer you compete in it, the longer you're in the world, the longer you realise that, or the more you realise that it's actually really special, and there isn't a limit. That people will say, obviously, it allows you going enhanced to get to next heights, new heights, whatever.
Yeah.
But you can push on to your 40s, 50s, keep going, competing in this game if you really want to, as a natural. Probably little detriment to your health if you manage it correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's multiple factors to consider, but realistically, I wasn't born. I didn't, like grow up being like I'm going to be an IFBB pro. No, I wanted to be a footballer, but I was a shit footballer. Like, so it's not a case of being like, jump on, become an IFBB pro, and that's it. I fucking hit my life goals. I'm being realistic. I'm not that guy up there. Like. But I'm pretty sure I can make some decent gains when it comes to natural bodybuilding.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Definitely. Link in the bio, yeah, for coaching.
Yeah, flying. Are you like the realisation of you've been like, oh my God, how many more reps I'm going for?
Burn. Right, we're going to do biceps now. Get a nice pump, look at Jake again, admire Jake again, blow smoke up Jake's arse again, and then we'll probably wrap the video up. Nearly there. Jake, what's been the biggest difference between your last prep and this one?
I would probably say stress management. I think and maybe like starting point differences. Obviously with a first prep, you don't really know what's coming. So we did a massive push-up, had a lot to lose, arguably, and I'm not going to slate individuals because it's my first experience and I still did well.
Yeah.
But I think the importance of stress management and actually just managing external factors, being honest with your coach, and just having a real it's almost like just being a friend. Like, you have to have that coach-client relationship, but we've built up almost like a friendship and an honest relationship where you can call my shit, I can ask you questions, nothing's off the table.
Yeah.
And you're aware of everything I'm doing that could affect this process. So we've got a very organic relationship that's helped massively.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I'd say like how we've reacted to things as well. Like say, oh yeah, Josh, I'm feeling this, and it's like instant reaction, not, all right, okay, let's wait 3 days and then see how your body comes out of it. It's just been feedback, response, or like, just acting upon things. At 4 weeks out, what are your expectations and aspirations for this coming season?
So we had a good chat recently about this, just to be realistic, and you asked me as well, like, how am I feeling about the season coming up? I've got very high expectations of myself. I think it's a bit of a detriment sometimes, because I'm a high performer in everything I do. I went into this season initially wanting to turn pro in the natural scene, but then I had to be realistic with myself and be like, look, you don't know who's going to turn up on the day. But realistically for me, it's a case of making sure I'm better than the person in 2022, because that is like everything I believe in life and bodybuilding. It's just continual improvements, progressions in every aspect in life, and that's why I love this game. So as long as I'm better than the person in 2022, that's a win for me. And to be able to jump on different types of stage, see how I'm looking, compare myself against assisted individuals and other naturals and the best of the game, that's just going to be the best experience in the world. So I can't wait for that.
I think that's the bit that I'm most excited about with your season. You going up against enhanced guys. Like, we've spoke about it in the past, that was a route that you thought was almost like the inevitable next step. I want you to see how good you are next to the guys that have took that step and potentially might not be reaping the rewards of it, you know?
It depends how you look at it.
Yeah.
Because if you go on stage and there's 10 individuals, 9 of them are assisted, you're the only one that's natural, and you come 10th out of them, it's still the fact that you stood on stage with 9 assisted individuals, held my own, hopefully, and you come away being like, I've done that experience, I know how I fare up, and I can take that data away and see like how can I benefit my natural off season now to just try and get further towards looking like that. So it's valuable data.
It is. Right then, YouTubers, thank you for watching. Jake, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Jake James Fitness. I haven't got a YouTube channel yet, but that might be the next thing. So Instagram, Jake James Fitness.
And Abby?
Instagram, same. Abby with _2.
A little bit more complicated.
I think Sam's gonna have to put that one in.
It is.
Abby's competing next year. So give Abby a follow and make sure that you give all the support to Abby's prep. The next video is going to be a video that I've wanted to do for forever and a day. We're going to do a natty or not in the hashtag Mecca. So next week, when it goes live, give it some love. But stay blessed. See you in the next one. Ciao.